What inspired you to get into cars? Have you ever thought to yourself what got you into cars? Or who inspired you to get into cars? Or what was that moment in time that got you into cars? Recently, I posted up a Facebook post on one of our local car enthusiast clubs, and the reaction that I got was pretty special. So I thought to myself, well, it's still wintertime, it's still cold outside, and it's very hard to shoot car content. So a lot of the comments were really inspiring, actually. All the way from, people who grew up around it, all the way to, specific movies that got people into cars. And what's gonna make this even better is that I want you guys to go down in the comments and let me know, some things that got you guys into cars, something that, really sticks out into your memory, and that you guys, can't really forget about. So one of the big common trends that I saw in that Facebook post that I made was a lot of people actually grew up around cars. Me personally, I didn't grow up around cars. My parents immigrated to the States back in '84. Loving and caring parents. They focused, predominantly on our careers, on our school, extracurricular activities, how we treat people, that sort of thing. Those principles growing up, and so I never really had a chance to be around cars, but as a kid, I had toy cars and stuff like that. Three things that really got me into cars are pretty special. It's very apparent, and it really sticks out in my memory. First thing that pops up into my mind when I think of who inspired me to be in cars or what inspired me would be my cousins. One of my cousins was predominantly into Volkswagens. I don't know if you guys remember this, but back in the day, VW Vortex, that used to be one of the biggest forums in the automotive scene. Sadly, it's pretty much died out, except, I hop on the car lounge here and there. But nonetheless, my cousin was always on there. He was always scouring the forums. But what really stuck out to me and inspired me to get my first car, he had shown me a picture of this blacked out hatchback, and I later realized that was a Volkswagen Golf. It was actually a Mark III, and it was just blacked out, slammed, and it was just a super nice picture of it driving in the rain on the highway. And for some reason, that just stuck in my mind, regardless of what other things I've seen. But I saw that black hatchback that was slammed. That really stuck out. So and that inspired me to get my first car, which was back in 2002. I purchased a Mark IV Volkswagen GTI, black as well, and that kind of inspired me to get that car. So yeah, my first car inspiration was a blacked out Mark III Volkswagen GTI that was driving in the rain, that completely got me hooked onto Volkswagens. Number two, the second thing that I can distinctly remember that really sticks out is community, and actually part of the reason why I started this YouTube channel. The car community is really special, and I think there's a lot of bad stereotypes. The number one memory that I always think about was when I started getting into Volkswagens. Went to a Volkswagen meet. It was at a car dealership called SNL. A lot of the old school Volkswagen guys will remember this, but I drove up. I didn't have a Volkswagen at that time. I actually had a 1995 ugly green Dodge Stratus, and drove up there, had no idea who anybody was. I'm kind of a social butterfly, so I was all about it. I wanted to, be immersed within the community, and I was like, man, I'm gonna get ragged on for having this Dodge Stratus. No one's gonna really talk to me, whatever. I went there to go see the cars, and the community was actually kind of a byproduct of that. I distinctly remember when I first was walking up, super awkward. I don't know anybody there. A gentleman by the name of Dustin Hafner, he said what's up to me. He asked me, what I drove. I told him I don't have a Volkswagen yet, but planning to get one, and super chill, super cool. All the guys were really open. So community is a big part of it. You stay within the car culture. It's more than just cars. It's it's stories, it's experiences that you can relate to one another. It's just common-minded thinking. It's an area where you can grow individually, as a group. Community is what forms you. And the other major aspect of car community is, going to car shows, whether it be local or, you're taking a drive out somewhere else, even like rallies. You, over time, develop a bond with a lot of these people. So number 3 is spending time with my family and sharing experiences with them. When I had my Volkswagen, it took me a while to finish a big turbo build that I had going on for it. My wife was the one that kind of pushed me and said, look, if it's going to be in the garage, you might as well get it done so that we can at least enjoy it. Otherwise, you might as well sell it because it's not creating value. And that was that push for me that I needed to get that project done and finished, and so on the road so that we can enjoy it. We took that car for a part of the season. Later on, I ended up parting it out, and that's kind of how I bought the GTR. Sharing experiences with my wife and my son is super important and is very inspirational for me. So that my son can see it, my wife can enjoy it, something that both of us can enjoy together. And that's why if you guys see my car at car shows or anything like that, you'll see that I have a car seat in the back. Just being able to distinguish and being out in the garage with me and stuff like that has been a big inspiration. The criteria point that I wanted when I was kind of upgrading from the GTI was I needed something that had somewhat back seats so that I can have my son in the back and have him enjoying the experiences with us. The backseat is not really meant for a grown human being, but it actually works pretty good for having a car seat and my wife sitting in the front seat in the passenger seat. But where these experiences have taken us, very similar to community. A lot of these experiences that we've taken in the GTR together, it's stuff that you really can't take back. It's memories that we have and stuff like that we've shared together. And it's just about adventure, I think with these experiences, it's about adventure and adventuring out to areas that you don't know. So taking rallies that you've never driven out to a certain area or whatever the case may be, but a lot of these experiences, it can help you in different aspects of your life as well. That's the third thing that really inspires me with cars, is spending time with my family, sharing these experiences. So I know that was a different type of a video than I usually make, but I do like the interaction that I had on that Facebook group. But nonetheless, guys, I do want to hear what you guys have to say. It's really interesting to see what what inspires other people, and I definitely want to hear what inspires you guys. Please leave a comment in the comment section, and we will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.